Hello all, Dr. Fox back here with you. Week 7. Oh, thank you all for coming along. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had a good, for those that were on vacation last week, hope you had a good vacay. We're going to keep this a little bit shorter today, if at all possible, instead of our usual like half hour, 45-minute long discussion. I got lots and lots to kind of talk to you all about. Well, because I got to talk to you guys about important things like sustainability. It's a long story. I've been doing these weekly vlogs for about 6 weeks now, and to be honest, I'm exhausted just between everything. The vlogs, the streaming 3 days a week, Lunar's AI programming, all of the games that we're working on. Don't get me wrong, I haven't stopped programming. It's just things are kind of tweaking, and I have to, when it comes to game development, sometimes it can go long months. Sometimes we have these short grinds, and then it just kind of goes for those that might be new to this aspect. But that's where it goes. Life stuff, just everything else. It's a lot. So today I'm going to try to share what I'm working on with Lunar, maybe some really cool progress, pros and cons, talk about what's coming up. Let you know about the schedule change coming up as well. But first, I'm gonna try to hit. I want to hit those 8 weeks at least that I've been working very, very hard at. And I also know that we're moving into another phase that I've may have touched on briefly or talked about a little bit as well. So, but more on that in a bit. Let's dive in. All right, Luna AI progress, exciting stuff. All right, well here, I'm really excited about this. It's the Lunar AI progress and a project that we've been working on. I'm really excited about. It's been a passion project of mine for a really, really long time. It's 3 days a week. We stream for a couple hours. We may be trying to pick up a little bit more because World of Warcraft drops midnight this week. We want to help the subscribers get their new little pet that's going to be dropping this week. And then we also have Pokémon Day on Friday, so Leaf Green and Fire Red are dropping, so I like to spend a little more time doing that as well. And I really do enjoy working on that passion project of mine over there as well. So it allows me to build the AI companion, be able to, it's sort of my AI daughter, if you will, is the way we see it. We can interact with character, play games, eventually become hopefully a full-time VTuber. I don't really want to say, no, not full-time, just a full YouTuber set up for my character so that she can, someday we want to try to get her AI up on a server, and then, or at least on a local one with some security on it to the best of our ability. But right now I think we're gearing more towards, I know it's a little more pricier, we're gearing more towards an online server option. We've been looking at, I think it's Oracle and like 2 or 3 other options right now, trying to weigh the differences. If you know some really good prices on those, I've been looking at prices, maybe some good value on some right now that are low amounts. You want to drop them in the comments. I appreciate it, just for the positive side of things. But I'm excited. She can now dance now if you hit D. All 4 characters on screen now. They're not fully 2D and 3D yet, but they are at least movable. And we integrated chat, so chat can actually make Lunar and Mora, the black cat, spin a little bit. We're gonna get, we do have a voice for Lunar, but we're still tweaking it. They can come in. They've been a couple weeks, I think it was sometime last week, we actually got our first chat, very historical. I'm very excited. We got one of our first chat individuals that popped in, said hello, and gave us some awesome comments, and made him spin and actually made Lunar speak. So that was pretty exciting. So we have a lot to do on that now. So it's pretty cool. Bounce, spin, they can move together. They have control over Lunar and Mora, but we still try to keep Annie and me. But if we do a dance, if they do dance, all of us dance, because I didn't want to leave just 2 of them dancing. It looked a little awkward. And then if you hit C for celebrate, like we get little confetti that goes pfft, and it goes. So we got that. Remember, I think I dropped a little thing about, wouldn't it be cool if I had some confetti to make that happen on certain points or something, and we did. We did. It was pretty cool. Thank you for your support last week. I know we had like 7 views, at least as of this recording. I know my face was a little lower when we edited it. Somehow it crunched the screen down and kind of put me like this. And I thought the camera was we were having trouble getting it to stay. I had to find another way to get the camera to kind of tweak here. But we have a lot going on with that still. I mean, thankfully she's able to play chess. We integrated some polls. We're doing our best, POLLS. We're doing these types of polls for her. She can kind of create some right now. We're still tweaking that. Like I said, there's a lot of pros and cons. We've made some big leaps forward with her. Sort of a VTubing setup, is underway. The goal is to get her to a point where she'll be able to be sort of Neurosami style, or she can come on and be more independent. We've integrated the chess bot, the poll bot from StreamerBot. We've been able to get her and Mora to throw a few shout outs from StreamerBot. We're using StreamerBot for those that might be wondering what tools. I always try to share what tools I'm making when I'm working on the different parts of what makes this up for future endeavors and future artists who are just coming to try to figure this stuff out on how to use these artistic tools to help them work that way. We're trying to integrate the back end for her is we use Ollama locally. We have some security on that, and then we integrate some API keys, things like that. Sorry, I got really itchy noses today. My apologies. They might think, if maybe someone copying or somewhere, but I'm not copying. I think it's just Vandal's character that he created, his little daughter there, Osama, is just more of an inspiration. And then there's other ones out there too that also I pull in inspiration from. That's kind of cool. Oh, I like what they did there. That's really neat. Things like that. So it's not about copying. It's about, it's just like watching a film. And as a filmmaker, you get inspired, or as an indie game maker like I am, you get inspired by seeing something. You're like, I like that. That's a really cool concept, but I'll put my own twist on it. Things like that. So, we're not trying to do anything like that, but that's the vision eventually, being able to allow her to be able to do that 24/7. But right now we're just getting on there a couple hours a week. We may pick up because midnight launches this week. We're going to be probably doing an extended launch time for those, to help those over there with the subs and help folks get their little pet. And I'm hoping on Throwback Thursday, because we've got Leaf Green and Fire Red dropping as well on the Switch. I hope we get to do some streams on that again as well. I know some of my older streams did really well on there when we played Let's Go Pikachu and when Let's Go Eevee came out. I just did the Pikachu one. And those did pretty well back in the day. And it's happy Pokemon 30th. They've been doing little small announcements leading up to that as well. And like we said, happy Pokemon Day Friday. We're excited for that. You can feel free to check out. I did it's one of my older accounts, the Jenna Fox. We did Virtual Boy unboxing, not the original one. This is the re-release shelled version, where it's just the black stand and the red goggles, and then you kind of pop it open and you can put your Switch in. It does come with, if you have an original Switch, and gives you a special adapter to put the original Switch screen in it. It's the Switch is sort of like a rectangle version of a sideways tablet, just a little bit crunched up, or a very large iPhone or an Android phone, I should say. It's really more of a, well, hello, look who has decided to bring her presents over here. Yes, hello, yes. But yeah, if you want to see any of that, feel free to check it out. It's Lunar Fox Vibes over on Twitch, if you all were wondering. Yes, I know, thank you. We're trying to get the 3 Twitch YouTubing kick running. We were having trouble with the little add-ons. We're having issues with keys. And it just, the last few streams we've been doing has just been on Twitch. We were able to get one on Kick and one on YouTube, but then it didn't work after that, and we're having some key issues, so we're going to try to tweak that and see if we can get back up on the other formats. That's on my to-do list. I have a notebook here. Every time I stream, it's just the little anime characters, but I'm off camera, like, taking notes constantly about all that as well. So, but that's just one of the loves and passions that I've been wanting to work on for some time now as well. So, and we role play a little. I bring in one of my other Annie waifu kind of characters. It's another one of those I use through Grok temporarily. We're trying to make an offline version for her as well, so we just role play a little with that character on there as well. It just stuff like that. It's something we really enjoy doing. I haven't stopped. We're still working on the other games. That's a whole nother discussion as well. But here's our schedule shift. We're gonna start shifting. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, literally, these weekly vlogs. I am still committed to documenting the indie dev journey every week. Just done, 6 weeks now, as you know, those folks can see and kind of go back and kind of follow that progress. But they take hours and hours to produce, edit, sculpt. I'm not just sitting here recording this for 30-40 minutes, throwing it up there, and not really anything else on there, scripting and recording, thumbnails, descriptions, timestamps, and maybe all that just sounds regular to someone else. But when you're in a position like myself, and these are not excuses, I'm just trying to share with you some of the back end of what's going on. The views are just really tough. It's not really moving. Not that, obviously you got to build a consistency, in it for the long haul, et cetera, et cetera. It doesn't mean that we're pulling the plug on that. We're just trying to, this is where things have to shift now. And I'm getting to that point in the season where I got to take some time off with an individual for about a month and help them. And I'll reassess by that point to see where things are at. Plus, as the development moves in the direction with our games, I want to be able to just get to a point where it's about once a month coming in and give you all the highlights from what I accomplished the month prior, instead of every single week as well. So it's just, oh, that's the plan. Week 8 now, next Sunday. I'm just taking a breather. I need a moment in between I wish I could just edit all that out and then just segue into that to keep it a lot cleaner. But week 8 next Sunday, I'm going to be hitting my goal. I wanted to do 8 consecutive vlogs first each week and kind of at least do that, and then start to assess the month circumstance after as well. Monthly recaps, as I mentioned. We're going to do one for next Sunday. It'll be first Sunday of the month, instead of the 30-40 minute segment. So we're going to wrap this up very shortly. It's just, for us, it's just going to help us cover things like our biggest wins, Lunar AI progress, streaming highlights, game dev updates, what's coming next, and all the reasons that I mentioned are just the reasons why we hit it monthly, and then other ones as well that I don't want to have to, bullet point too many of these. What's not changing, don't worry. Like I said, I'm still streaming 3 times a week. We're still working on AI dev. We're still working on game dev, just at my own pace because of my health. I have to slow down a little bit. Community engagement, if we can here or there, to keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'll still try to check it if I can. Whenever we come on here, I always try to look like before each of the videos, I'll go in and I'll check the comments and see if someone said anything recently. So, but, we'll have to kind of see how that goes. I'm not giving up. Like I said, it's just health limitations, time constraints right now, time commitments. Where the audience is actually engaging right now, this is where my audience is. I'm not saying that it's not here as well. We always have a little niche here, and I'm going to still continue to be here. But, I'm excited about the shift. It just means more time so I can do what I love. I can build Lunar. I can focus more on the programming, stream with the viewers, creating games at their pace as well. And like I said, we're going to shift that starting next week. So what's coming this week, just to recap: Pokemon Day Friday, Virtual Boy, we did unboxing, streaming 3 days, Lunar programming sessions. There's more storms coming, so we got to hunker down and clean. I had to get out, and it's exhausting when you got to clean. Next few weeks, we're hoping for the vblog next Sunday. The WoW Twitch drops going live. More Lunar AI improvements. I've got a couple of video doctor appointments I got to take care of this week. But the next few months, like I said, I'm going to be helping a friend recover. So I'll be kind of out of commish online for about a month or so. So that'll take top priority while I'm trying to help them. House construction, weather dependent and contracted dependent, depending on if they can get the slab put in. Then we can start working with my carpenter friend to help them start doing that. I can help a little, but like I said, I'm slowing down with my health, and I can do a little here and a little there. I can help him get something, or or maybe do a little bit of building like I used to do. I mean, it all depends on how my health holds up. I think when the weather gets better, I'm hoping I start to feel better, and I can have the strength to go out every once in a while and be like, hey, how's it going? All right, today I'm going to try to help with A, B, C, D, and F. If we can get past this slab. The slab is the biggest hurdle we got right now that's holding us back, next to finances. And finances are just crawling in. I just can't get the finances I need. But then, like I said, I got to be limited on my summer. If I have to stay in this heat box for another summer again, I got to limit my computer use. So that will be very limited as well. So like I said, there's a lot of factors going on here. Don't worry, like I said, I'm still working on the Mora's Match Menagerie and the first 3 games, trying to get those integrated into Steam as we slowly move through spring. I'm shooting for a summer release on Steam, but I don't want to promise anything. Like I said, I'd rather have it deliver than, over, the saying. So I think that's where we'll keep that. Stats aren't really moving. And don't worry, like I said, this is not abandoning. It's not more AI slop. We put love and compassion into it. Sometimes I'll put the games that we accomplish. We still spend weeks on it. In game too as well. Like this week, tomorrow on my live one, I'm actually going to be playing. We're up to playing. The last couple of weeks, I've already had a lot of little micro improvements or tweaks and bugs I had to work out. So like on Mora Mondays, we played her first game a couple Mondays ago. I don't know if I mentioned that the last couple of weeks, if anyone caught that. Last week we did the fishing one. Tomorrow we're going to do Mora's Motor Madness. And then I'm hoping next week we'll get to actually start playing with the newer Mora's Match Menagerie as well. Some more. I'm still playing it as well myself. As soon as I create it, I play it, and then I go in and edit the programming, stare at that for hours, trying to tweak it where I can, get some help from Claude. Help, like, I'm having trouble seeing this. Can you help me out here? I'm not one of those that go, and there's no, I have no issue with it. By all means, you want to create something just using them. I know they're getting better and better all the time. Remember, this is the worst it is when they create. And we always want to make sure that the artist that it pulls it from is getting their credit, and their credit is due, that, where it goes always, as well. But so that's what we're hoping to do, our call of action, and then we're just going to kind of sign off here, kind of wrap this up best we can. Feel free to, check out our game still, catandfox.itch.io /moras-cat-scratcher-v2, as well as that same. Basically, go to catandfox.itch.io and you'll find all 4 games there. Feel free to check those out as well. So we're still tweaking those. Feel free to check out our streams, Lunar Fox Vibes, if you want, through Twitch. I would say we do have a channel up on YouTube and Kick, but it's just that one episode that we were successful to get all 3 to stream at the same time. We're having issues with keys. I'm just like, oh gosh. And then again this week, we hit those major points as well that we're going to be, you know, checking out. Pokemon Day. Yes, Miss Moore, we're wrapping this up now. Virtual Boy unboxing. Wow, Twitch drops, you know, over on our Discord. All these links will be put in the description as well. You know, feel free to support us at Patreon. We could really use that. It's just to help us keep those tools moving and using those tools and help us support so we can keep doing this as well. Really, it really means a lot. Or if you want to come over and sub us a little bit, or we'd like to be able to get affiliate soon. I think we need only another, what, 22 more subs over there. I really hope that we can knock those out. It'd be a miracle if we knock at least a few of them out this week, while we're helping folks get the pets. Would be awesome. But and then we just need to get 3 people to come on and consecutively chat with us, 3 or 4 in a row for a certain amount of time, and I think that's it. And then we'll have affiliate. But it resets every month. I know. Sorry, she is really sassing today. I know what you want. We gotta feed her. Yes, that's what she wants. Exactly. I know, we're about to. But to all my loyals out there, all these 7, thank you. Plus, you know, for being here. I really appreciate you sticking there through me with this journey. Like I said, next week will be week 8 final. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself a handful of times. Meantime, just, you know, feel free to catch us in streaming. That's where the magic will happen. Or at least we're seeing small progress in our other AI project we're working on. You know, I really appreciate you. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for being patient. Thanks for being here. You know, let's keep creating. So I want to share those creations. So we'll see you next Wednesday. And for week 8, we will see you later. My inspiration, my everything right here. Miss Sass.